From KJZZ,
this is the New Street Journal
Week in Review.
I'm Cathy Fisher.
And I'm Zach Beauvais. And here are this week's top stories.
Passengers got a nasty shock yesterday when a Southwest Boeing 737 scheduled to land at Branson Airport in Missouri instead touched down without incident at Kinshasa International Airport in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. When questioned about how this could have happened, the plane's captain stated, "Well, things kind of look the same from the air. When you're presented with two different runways, it can be hard to tell them apart." The flight's first officer added, "Sometimes you get a little turned around."
Further details have recently emerged surrounding French President François Hollande's alleged affair with actress Julie Gaillet. Sources close to the story have described the events leading up to Hollande's now infamous late-night scooter ride. President Hollande was seen rappelling down from the presidential residence on what eyewitnesses have described as a, quote, sheetrope, unquote. Hollande was next spotted outside of Gaillet's Paris apartment, holding a vintage boombox above his head. French tabloids have broken with their traditional hands-off approach to bedroom antics. Many attribute this to an effort by the tabloid press to shame Hollande for not actually sealing the deal.
For today's installment of our continuing series, Celebrity Goofs, we count down Bono's top 6 wackiest moments. Number 6, being lowered onto the stage of the opening ceremonies of the London Olympics by a helicopter. Number 5, handcrafting his own sunglasses. Number 4, composing the Broadway musical Tarzan Turn Off the Dark under the nom de plume Phil Collins. Number 3, legally emancipating himself from his parents, Sonny and Cher Bono, at the tender age of 11. Number 2, spending a decade hidden in a bog, waiting for someone to walk by so he could grab their ankle and yell, "Yeah!" and really spook them. And number 1, top wackiest Bono moment, is Volume 3 of his 5-volume solo project collection.
Findings published this month reveal Oxford researchers have discovered an ancient ancestor to Homo sapien, Paranthropus boisei. Its diet consisted mainly of tiger nuts. The research concluded that it was this dangerous hunting habit that eventually led to the species' demise.
On Friday morning, the music world was shaken by allegations that young pop sensation Justin Bieber had brutally attacked an egg. "He just ripped it apart," reported a tearful young fan who had been waiting for Bieber outside the restaurant where he was eating breakfast. "That poor innocent egg. He destroyed it." Another bystander responded with anger. "I don't know how people can live with themselves supporting musicians who do these kinds of things. What kind of example are they setting for the kids?" Reports indicate that the egg was over easy and definitely asking for it.
This week in liquor, Japanese distilling giant Suntory Ltd. completed its $13.6 billion acquisition of Beam Incorporated, producer of Jim Beam and Maker's Mark bourbon. To celebrate the deal, Suntory released on its website a commemorative recipe book of Japanese-inspired cocktails using traditional Kentucky bourbon. These recipes include the Squid Ricky and the Bukkake Sunrise. The acquisition will strategically allow Suntory to expand in the U.S. market where it has, in the past, failed to gain a footing. This is in no small part due to the Federal Trade Commission and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms' repeated bans on their trademark packaging, bottles that transform into brightly colored cartoon monsters.
A Pennsylvania woman was sent to the emergency room last Wednesday by what can only be identified as a 3-hour orgasm. Reports indicate that the woman spent too long looking at shoes online, watching chocolate commercials, and shopping for feminine hygiene products, and was overcome. We caution our female listeners to avoid these highly dangerous activities, which experts refer to as women's stimulants, and counter any surfeit of sexual pleasure by engaging in moral, motherly pursuits, such as cooking a roast or performing fellatio on a man. And here's your Billy Joel lyric of the week. "Ever since I can't remember, our heads they feel the thunder. Try and understand. I'm a gambling man. I'm just a gambling man." This has been the New Street Journal Week in Review. Join us next week for more of the information you require.